just because you see someone with a 40, 50-pound weight loss in 3 months or whatever the fuck it may be, doesn't mean they're happy. Okay. You're just assuming they're happy because to you, weight loss means happiness.
Yeah.
Okay. But not necessarily. Not necessarily, because you have to work on yourself while you're losing weight. And there's a lot of change in mindset and behavior that goes on. And if you don't change any of those,
there could be an identity crisis.
And you lose the weight, you may still be as unhappy as you were when you were 300 fucking pounds.
Right. If you think that losing weight alone is going to make you happy, you are in for a rude awakening.
Welcome to Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt, the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast.
Are you ready to cut the crap with your diet and exercise, get strong as fuck, and build a healthy relationship with food? Then you've come to the right place.
Let's go. If you'd like to support us in the podcast, join our Patreon where you get exclusive content, which consists of monthly workouts you can do at home or at the gym, monthly challenges that are either strength, habit, or mindset based, and access to over 100 plus low-calorie, high-protein, family-friendly meals. These are all designed by a professional chef who is certified in nutrition. These recipes are already in MyFitnessPal for easy fucking tracking. New recipes are also added each week.
We believe that fitness is for everyone, so this is our way of getting you started on your health and fitness journey at a price most everyone can afford. So what the fuck are you waiting for? We'll see you in the Patreon.
What up, Nerdle?
What's up?
How are you doing?
I am good. Just fucking moving and grooving.
Moving and grooving on your walking pad.
On my walking pad, I just left the coffee shop like 10 minutes ago and then jumped on the Zoom. My morning meetings on Wednesday with Hunter there.
Sweet. Yeah, I've been moving and grooving myself this morning. Riker had a 2-hour delay this morning for school, like a planned 2-hour delay, like administrative. And so he had to be there at 10 today. So I was able to go for a little quick morning run. I only had to do 2 miles today and some striders.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to squeeze a run in and make breakfast all within like 40 minutes and get in and out the door.
We're fucking going. Look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us
I had to
pivoting like motherfuckers, you know?
Yeah. I had to plan it. I sat down last night and I was very intentional with getting to bed on time and making the plan for my morning. Even had to pivot a little bit with you, right? We had to pivot a couple of times with this podcast here today, didn't we?
We have.
Scheduling wise, right? Because initially, because you're doing that speaking course.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know already, me and Matt have been recording our podcast for almost 3 years on Wednesdays at 1 p.m.
Now, I think.
Eastern Standard Time. And I recently joined a course that I'm going to be starting to do. Actually, today is the first initial day at 1 o'clock to become a better speaker. So yeah, we've had to pivot. We're pivoting our times of recording. So I could do this course for the next 6 months. So
we pivoted that with recording earlier. And then I realized that the time that I agreed to with you, I had another commitment halfway through that, right? Because I had to, I'm doing a live group coaching with our clients today.
Yes, at noon.
At noon. So I was like, okay, well, actually, can you move it even half hour earlier? So thankfully you were able to, and we were able to, because I almost had a little panic attack. I was like, what am I supposed to do here? But breathe, right? Those tools work so well. Just breathe.
Yeah. Here's the thing. And this just makes me realize with all the things that come at me as a coach, with everyone's like, oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, this happened. I don't know what to do. That's what it sounds like. It's like you catastrophize everything that happens. And then you're like, I just can't do it all. Do you know what I'm saying? In your mind, right? You think all means like, I don't know, some things need to go by the wayside, but you can fucking schedule in the things that you need to do. You fucking pivot. You don't catastrophize and think the world is ending.
Don't make a mountain out of a molehill.
Oh my God, imagine if Matt was like, I can't believe you joined that fucking course. What are you doing? What are you thinking, Beth? We record at that time.
How dare you?
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, okay, like, so.
Somebody would never say that to you. So like, why are you saying that to yourself, right?
Right.
Yes.
So it's like, you guys just have to like sit and fucking breathe for a second, pause, and know that you can do the things that you want to do. You just have to rearrange shit. And it's okay. Life is not fucking ending because you have to do something different.
Yes. Beth, I love that you just mentioned pausing right there, because that is like such a fucking mindful skill to learn.
Right.
To handle like any kind of a stressful situation. It's literally like the first thing we teach in our mindful eating program. The first week one, it's that important. And we just had a client, we just graduated last night on our last group ever for that course. And one of the clients said the pause skill, the stop skill, that first week has been the most valuable skill for her this entire time. Because what that does, right, it creates kind of a space for you.
Yeah.
So not only do you take a pause to just breathe, to just think, just to whatever, take a little step back too, in addition to that pause. Even if it's just something like you're thinking something, that act of physically stepping back registers your brain to fucking chill the fuck out.
Yeah. And instead of immediately reacting, you need to take a pause, because I used to be the immediate reactor, reacting to literally fucking everything. Like, oh my God, you know? Like catastrophizing everything. You just have to pause. It could be more than a fucking day of pausing. But before you like freak the fuck out, pause and fucking, take a look at the situation at hand, take a look at the bigger picture here.
And also, talking about pausing, don't try to just start using pause like in the moment, because you're not going to probably remember to do it. So like these are just skills, right? So habits. Also practice these things when you don't need them. Just throughout your day, pause, stop, and just practice that moment of mindfulness.
Yeah. Yep. Huge.
For sure. So, you mentioned something there too about it being an emergency or something, right? Just you don't freak out, right? Essentially is what you said. And what I had a thought of there was like how that can be related to our hunger and eating too, right? Because hunger isn't an emergency. And because that's one thing that we hear a lot is like, what do I do when I'm hungry? What do I do when I'm hungry? When I'm too hungry? Well, you can sit with the hunger. Like,
right.
And a lot of times if you just sit with that hunger, it'll pass. It's not actually physical hunger. So if you just kind of recognize that hunger, like, doesn't just hit you. If hunger just hit you all of a sudden, you're not actually hungry. That's probably a fucking craving. So this too shall pass if you sit with
You're not starving, right? You're not going to die from lack of food. Okay. You know when the next meal is coming. Like, you're not fucking homeless on the side of the street. Okay. Like I've been homeless. I have had thoughts of hunger. Okay. I'm not thinking of pausing. Okay. I'm just thinking of where my next fucking meal is, because I'm legitimately broke, homeless, and hungry. Okay. You are not either. You're not any of those three, at least as far as I know. And please don't read into this too much if you really are. We're not talking about, you probably are not listening to this podcast. But yeah, you're not going to starve. You're not going to fucking die. Like when people are like, I'm so hungry. I'm like, you're probably not eating enough calories. You haven't budgeted throughout your day correctly. You're not eating voluminous, nutrient dense food. So you just like pause. Mindfulness. Okay. Am I really hungry? Am I emotional? Like, what is going on here?
A little check-in.
I know when I'm going to be eating my next meal. Okay. Maybe I didn't eat enough today. You just have to really look at the whole picture again.
Boom. Mindfulness right there. Look at the big picture.
Yes.
The food choices that you're making earlier in the day are going to impact your hunger now, and then it's going to impact your hunger later.
Yeah.
What are you laughing about?
Maybe because I've had a lot of caffeine.
Oh.
Okay.
No, I've only had one cup.
I've almost gone cold brew, which is really fucking strong, because I just came back from the coffee shop. So my mind is like squirreled all over the place.
It's funny. So I woke up at like, and I had one cup of coffee, and I almost found myself procrastinating and didn't almost make my run in time because I was just dicking off drinking my coffee, and I was on social media doing stuff in my stories, I believe. And so I had one cup of coffee, and then I went for my run. And it was just a quick run today. I started it with Striders, and then I did a 2-mile run. And then that's all my running. I'm done running until my half marathon on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
But just that 2-mile run, and with those little Striders at the beginning, I got an incredible runner's high from that today.
Yeah.
And I haven't felt that runner's high in a while because of how many miles I've been running, I think, probably. So it's harder and harder to get it. But
yeah.
All that to say is like I had one cup of coffee and I feel great. Like I thought about making one for this podcast or for the next call that I have with our clients, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't need it. I'm good.
There you go, Matt.
Yeah. Runner's high. It's crazy.
Can you tell me what are Striders?
Striders. Yeah. So it's
I've yet to hear that runner's term, to be honest.
So they're like little sprints, really hard effort.
Okay.
So think about it. So you usually do them at the end of a long or easy run as a way to increase your turnover and your pace, essentially. So think about stride. You're just quickening your stride, and we're running harder, running faster, or like a sustained effort. So it's usually like anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds is what I've been doing in my programming.
Is that the same as like fartleks, my guess?
Kind of. Yeah. So fartleks are like more unstructured long runs. So Striders are something you don't do very, very many of them because they're so taxing on your body.
Okay.
Or they can be. So I love fartleks. I started fucking around with those earlier this year when I first got into running, right? And that's how I started learning so much about running, was doing those fartlek runs. And it's fun to say. People are probably listening like, what the fuck is a fartlek? It's a real thing, guys.
It is. It's a real thing. Let me Google it and fucking give you the little term here. It's a Swedish word that means speed play. And it's a type of running training that involves alternating between sprinting and jogging.
Yeah.
The word comes from the Swedish words fart, speed, and lek, play. So fart in Swedish, it means speed, which is kind of
I did not know that was the origin. That's cool.
I didn't either. So food for thought.
Shout out to our Swedish friends.
Yes.
I'm not sure if we have many listeners in Sweden. So a good way then to kind of do a fartlek run is like, hey, that post up there, I'm going to sprint to that post. I'm going to pass this jogger up ahead, and they don't even realize it.
It's fun to do that, actually.
It is. Yeah. It brings out the competitive nature in Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about running. Woo woo.
I know. I haven't told Mandy yet. She probably will listen to this, but I don't think I could do the half marathon in October.
Yeah, you haven't really. You've been running, but
I just have not been training for a half marathon. My fucking life right now is not. It's unfortunate because I love it so much, but it's just not the time in my life.
Seasons of life, right, Beth?
You know what I mean? Like, it's not the season for me to be racing. Unfortunately, there's so much other going on that I honestly, to try to fit in the time to do the training would be more stress for me.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, that it would be so much added stress.
But I don't want to add more stress to my life because I'm trying to reduce
training is already stressful enough on your body. So, yeah, 100%.
So, I don't want to do a race and like walk half of it. I just don't. I'd rather, not.
Yeah. And not that there's anything wrong with that, right? It's just, that's what you, for yourself and your kind of standards that you've created for yourself over the years, and you're competitive, like, with yourself, and you want to give it your best effort. So.
Yeah. And I've done this race, and I raced my best half marathon pace at this race in 2019.
Got you. I understand.
19 or something like that. And so for me to do it again and be my worst, I'm like, it's not an easy course.
Which one is that? Is that a trail run or?
No, it's the MDI half marathon in Desert Island, which is near Acadia National Park.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful course. Like, holy shit, beautiful. But I don't want to be unprepared. It's not fun to do a half marathon being unprepared. It's like October 21st. So it'd be the next weekend after our meet and greet hike.
Yeah. Okay.
Or close to it.
Yeah, because you'll be getting home that Monday before that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And at the end of September, in like 10 days, I have to go see my mom with my brother and Johnny. And, that's 4 days. So it's been too many trips, too many things happening.
Too much stress, dude. Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. We just had this conversation last night. I had this conversation with somebody about how hard it is to say no, right? And to limit yourself to do these things. Because that's certainly something I've done in the past, is overextending myself, right? We've probably talked about it here on this podcast.
I'm sure. I get excited about things and I want to do these things, but then sometimes it's what is the word I'm trying to look for? It's like, I can't keep overextending myself and doing these things that I want to do, but I really, honestly, they don't fit in the season of my life currently. So
for sure. And hey,
I have to do it, sign up for it, and actually really commit to it.
Maybe it's something we look at doing together next year or something.
Yeah. I mean,
if you time permitting and life and seasons of life permitting, for sure. We don't know what that's going to look like, but yeah.
Yeah.
Since we weren't able to do our one in September this year either. So
I know.
We also, at one point, we committed to doing a marathon together here on the podcast. So let's slow our rolls here, I guess, and figure out which one of these things are important to us.
Yeah. I have to really plan that out and find a one that I could actually know that I can actually train for.
Yeah. Well, I'm fucking pumped for my half marathon this Sunday.
That's exciting.
I think I'm going to break 2 hours on it.
Ooh,
I feel really good that I can break 2 hours on it. I need a 9-minute, 9-second pace to do that. And on my last long run of 14 miles, my pace was right around that. And that was with me just being more intentionally slower.
Okay.
I had only gone in I had 2 mile intervals, 4 of them at my half marathon pace. And then the rest of them were at a zone 2. So even with that pace, I smashed my half marathon time for my first.
You got it. I
got it. So I did 2 hours and 5 minutes in my long run last weekend. So
I can see you doing like 145, 150.
I'll shit myself if I do that.
Wear a diaper, okay? I don't want to hear about shit running down your pants.
Because I fully intend on entering the pain, what is it called? The pain cave, the pain train at the end.
Oh yeah.
Whew. I've been mentally preparing myself these last few days because that's really
pain is
what it's going to
inevitable,
take.
suffering is optional. That's a huge runner saying right there. And it's so true. I mean, you're if you want a PR race, you're going to feel it.
Yes.
You're going to fucking feel some pain.
Right. So the first one I did back in April, like that was just I just wanted to finish and get the experience. Right. And
yeah, you've been training for this one. So
yeah,
it's a whole different story.
Yeah. I've done I think 6 weeks of intentional training for this race or so.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I've been training this entire year for endurance and stuff anyway. So I've been training for it for sure.
Dude, your fucking hike in Mount Kilimanjaro is coming up like fast.
It is 3 months.
Fucking cray.
I need to start. That's my next goal is I got to start preparing for that for more specific hiking next.
Yeah. So, elevation.
Elevation. Yes. 100%. I said it's almost time to start booking flights and stuff. So it's going to be here fucking quickly, very quickly. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's a good opener there.
Last week we talked about obesity.
Yes.
Right. And
that was a really good episode.
Highly processed
we had some really good conversations.
Yes.
We had a lot of good feedback from that episode as well. Really supportive from our listeners.
Yeah.
Which really meant a lot because these are topics that are they can be very polarizing too, right? As we discussed last week. So the fact that our listeners are resonating with what we're saying and they're like, yeah, absolutely. You know, that means so fucking lot to us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, you were saying? So last week we were talking about childhood obesity and those types of things. So this week we kind of have a topic that we have in mind then too, right? This is something we discussed yesterday. And by the way, we're going to continue to talk about obesity a little bit more here on the podcast. We have some people that we're wanting to get on, including Andy Does Healthy.
Send the menopause dietitian ladies. We need to schedule those. And because our schedules is changing, we have to work with that. So
yeah, for sure.
Stay tuned, guys.
Cool
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we wanted to talk about movement and like unintentional movement, or just how a lot of people just don't move their bodies. And Iris has been talking about this a lot. She actually made a few posts recently because of the retreat that we did. She's like, when's the last time you've done some kind of movement that's fun? Like we had bikes, so we rode bikes to the beach. We played pickleball. Like who out there is doing things that they just never do? You have a bike in the garage you don't use? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't necessarily have to go to the fucking gym, right? And do a scheduled workout. You could do something fun, like playful movement.
Yeah.
Shit that's fun, right? And I got out of the truck the other day and I just started skipping to the house, in my driveway. And I started telling my husband, I'm like, what's crazy is I'm almost 52 years old. I'm fucking skipping, right? A lot of people can't even skip. A lot of people can't even jump. They can't squat. They can't bend over. Their knees are shit.
Don't have the mobility, the balance, the core strength.
Your hips are, you need hip replacement. And 99.9% of the time, it's because you haven't been moving your body.
Correct.
And a lot of these things can be prevented.
Yeah.
By
literally, if you don't use it or lose it type situation with our body and our muscles, our joints. And Lane Norton made a really good post that kind of, I think, spurred this whole conversation that we're starting, perhaps, because he was talking about how some of the worst advice that physicians are giving people is when something hurts, they tell their patients to just not do anything with that body part, essentially. Oh, it hurts when I squat. Okay, so don't squat. That's fucking terrible advice, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do we hear that with clients coming to us? That you can't put squatting in my strength training program because my knees suck, right?
Right.
Well, it's because they're either squatting incorrectly or they've just been given that terrible advice.
Yes.
And then a few months later, maybe they can't fully squat. Maybe they just have to do a quarter squat or something at the beginning. Yeah. But that's still, fucking working on a squat. But what I'm trying to say here is you can work through this stuff. And like Lane Norton said in that post, you can be healthy and in pain, or you can be unhealthy and in pain. Either way, like pain is inevitable, like you said earlier. And
right.
So that's what we've been talking about. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional.
Yeah. So. Your lack of movement is worse than actually you working through an injury.
Yes, 100%. Now, of course, if you're injured, please work with a trained.
Well, yeah, obviously, yes.
Physical therapist, guys, or your whoever you're working with. And personal trainers really shouldn't even be working with you on injuries.
Yeah.
So please go to
get on a plan to get back to what you can really do.
Absolutely. It is preventable. And there's so many health benefits to doing these things too, right? These playful acts, sport-like activities, because they require coordination, balance, core strength, right? And those are really good predictors of health.
They also improve bone density.
Yes, exactly. Like jumping, jumping is one of the best things we can do as humans. And when was the last time you guys fucking jumped?
Right. No one's telling you to do a box jump, but jump.
Right. Yeah. Maybe work yourself up to a box jump.
Yeah.
Like we're doing box jumps at the gym yesterday. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. That was fun. But yeah. Well, and why is jumping so beneficial, Beth?
I don't fucking know, Matt.
Just jump. Okay, so jumping.
Just fucking jump.
It's beneficial for a lot of reasons. Main reason is for bone density. Well, like you said, bone density. So the reason why it's beneficial for bone density, guys, is it creates these little microfractures. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. I don't know the words because I can't word, but
You're using your hands. I know.
I'm using the hands to Matt. So yeah, thank you.
Yes, little microfractures essentially. And when you create these little microfractures, your bones will repair themselves. And the same thing with strength training. When we're stressing our muscles with strength training and resistance, we're creating these little micro tears of our muscles. And then when we sleep and get a good recovery, adequate protein, adequate nutrition, our body repairs itself and makes it stronger. Yeah. That's how it works, 101.
Exactly.
So jumping is really beneficial to that. Running too, right? This is what you and I were talking about in DMs. Because the question I responded to is like, adults over 30, when was the last time you ran at full speed? Yeah. And that's what we were just talking about earlier, right? Is with doing those striders and things like that.
Pretend you're a child. You know, what do kids do? I mean, kids don't do so much running these days, but if you were a child, what would you do?
Swim and play. You probably don't know that song, do you?
No.
It was a 90s kids television show. It was like summer camp, Camp on Awana.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Yeah. Sorry, squirrel.
I mean, so think about it. Like when I used to take my son to the playground, I would go on the playground with him. Don't just fucking sit there and watch your kid go on the swing. Go play around on the fucking playground. Like, you know what I mean? Go down the slide, go, do all the things. It's fun. Be a kid with your kid.
Be a kid with your kid. I love that. Never stop playing. We lose that playful spirit when it's part of growing up. Like, be an adult. Fuck that. Adults are boring.
Yeah. Agree.
Adulting is hard enough as it is. Like, we need to have some planned play in there.
Yeah.
It's such a good stress outlet too.
Makes me sad to see a lot of people my age immobile.
Yeah. It sucks because a lot of times there's so many things that can contribute to these things for sure and mobility issues, but a lot of the times these things are in our control.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like movement for most people, physical disabilities aside, is one of the best things and one of the only things in our direct control. We talked last week about how nutrition there's so many things that impact our nutrition choices that are outside of our direct control. But movement is one of those things that we absolutely almost always have direct control over.
Absolutely.
Like that's the hard. I don't know. Is that a hard truth? I feel like it shouldn't be a hard truth.
Here's the thing. I think people, they get defensive. You know what I'm saying? They'll read into this. Like I can't stand that I constantly have to make a disclaimer. It drives me fucking nuts, to be honest. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about things, I feel like I shouldn't have to say.
Yeah, I think we've added a couple disclaimers today.
If you're not mobile, right now it's like we understand there's things out of their control, right? We know this. I empathize that not everyone is an able-bodied person. We get that, okay? Just so you know, we understand that. I empathize with that. But I also know that even people that don't have able bodies, I've seen what they can do too. Okay, I've seen a man run the fucking Boston Marathon with one fucking leg carrying the American flag. Okay, I've seen people in wheelchairs do fucking pull-ups. So I think it really depends on your mindset and what you are willing to do to the extent of you can do with your abilities, right? Unless you are a quadriplegic and you cannot fucking move at all. I believe in you.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
We believe in you.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You can do hard things.
You have to believe in yourself.
Uh-huh.
So I believe anyone can do anything that they put their mind to within their actual physical.
Is it going to be hard? Yeah.
Right. Of course, it's going to be a lot harder than me, an able-bodied person. I get that.
Yes.
But it's not impossible. Because I've seen it. I fucking have seen it.
Me too. I love telling the story.
It's absolutely unbelievable. But these people are doing incredible fucking things.
Yep. I've got my own personal story here, and I think I've shared it here on the podcast. But about the time I was hiking Camelback Mountain in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Okay.
And have you ever done Camelback?
No, I don't think I have. I don't know.
Do a meet and greet in that area sometime.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
In the Phoenix and Scottsdale area. We have a lot of fucking friends, coaching friends in the area there too.
Yep.
Side note. So Camelback Mountain, it's like all just rock scrambling. So just like Katahdin is a lot of rock scrambling. This Camelback Mountain is just all rock scrambling. And it's hard. It's in the direct sun, right? So you need to get there in the right time of day, adequate water. And a lot of people use hiking poles and things like that. Well, I'm struggling. I'm like 3/4 of the way up. I'm struggling, getting my ass kicked by the rock scrambling. Lo and behold, this older gentleman, he was easily twice my age. And this was just 2 or 3 years ago. He has one leg, goes scooting by me, flying by me, rock scrambling up Camelback Mountain. I'm like, holy fuck. Like, I just, silently was clapping, right? Like, amazing. Kicking my ass. He didn't he did it.
Yeah.
He did it. And better than me too.
Right. Yeah. I know. I was hiking Katahdin a few years ago, and there was a man in front of us who was like in his 90s. And what he wanted to do was finish the Appalachian Trail before he passed away. And so every year, I think he did a section of the Appalachian Trail. And this was the last part of it. He was with his sons. He was fucking finishing the Appalachian Trail on Katahdin, which, Matt, and anyone that's hiked it, is a fucking difficult mountain.
Yeah.
And he was crushing it. So it's like, you guys don't give yourself enough credit for what you can do. You're afraid to step out of your comfort zone when that's where the magic happens.
Being in our comfort zone sucks too. Like if you're comfortable now, if you're struggling, doesn't that suck too?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to relate this to like running and stuff a lot too, because I've been a lot of my followers are runners or just getting into running, and which is really cool. I'm really excited for it. One of the most common things that we hear with runners or with people wanting to get into running is like, I'm just too out of shape. I need to lose weight first. I need to I can't run. What if I'm going to be walking the entire time? Who cares?
Yeah.
Right. Running. You want to be a runner? Go run. Now you're a runner. It's like you said earlier. It's a mindset. It's a mentality. Yeah. You want to be that thing, you got to do that thing, right? You don't just I want to be a runner and then not go be a runner. It's
you against you. Who are you fucking trying to beat? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so what if you walk run? I walk run all the time.
So do I. I
fucking beat myself up for it.
I still do. Yeah. It's very intentional.
I've been running since 2016 or 2015, and I still walk run sometimes.
Yeah.
It's, I still consider myself kind of a runner, I don't
kind of a runner. Fuck you. You're a runner.
Well, I call myself an athlete. Like Matt's an athlete. Okay, I'm an athlete. Sure. We do multifaceted different things.
Hybrid athlete, bro.
Fuck yeah, I'm a hybrid bitch. So
I'm a hybrid bitch.
I'm a hybrid. Everyone can be a hybrid bitch if they want it to be. Do everything. Do it all till you do it all.
Yeah.
Because someday you're not going to be able to.
Right. And so that's like the bigger picture, right? It's not just about strength training. Strength training is amazing. Yeah. We should all be strength training for sure, 100%. But we should also be just doing movement that we enjoy.
Yeah.
Mindful.
Last thing I want to be is immobile. I'm thinking about future me.
Yeah.
Every day I'm doing everything for future me, because future me does not want to be in a fucking home, immobile. Well, I just don't. I want to be mobile until the day I die.
Yeah. That way you don't have to rely on anybody else, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
And that's also like, if we're talking about, aging, one of the biggest reasons why people lose their mobility as they age is from falls, right? hip issues from falling. Well, what is strength training great for? Strengthening our bones, improving our coordination, our core strength, our balance. All those things are benefited from strength, our cognitive abilities as well.
Yeah.
So, doing things like lunges and squatting, those things are all very beneficial to just life. Functional fitness is what you can call it.
Functional fitness.
Functional fitness.
Think about all the like the strength training movements are all things that we do every single day in our life.
Yes, let's talk about
squatting, right? Squatting, you're getting up and off the couch. You're sitting in a chair and getting off the chair, right?
When you're going to the bathroom.
Right. Farmer carries, you're carrying your fucking groceries in the house all the time.
Yes.
Deadlifting,
you're bending over, picking up clothes.
Picking things up off the ground. Yes.
Right. How many times have you fucking thrown out your back bending over? Guys, that should.
Oh my God, right? Yeah.
Freak accidents happen, but we're minimizing that risk.
Right.
When we're bench pressing, right, we are pushing ourselves up off the ground or preventing a fall. If we're doing an overhead press, right, we're fucking, what do we lift up over our head? I don't know. Your baby, you're picking children up, whatever you're doing, you're pulling yourself to stuff. So these are all, strength training is very functional.
Yes.
Yep. Functional fitness.
Yeah. There's actually, we used to do these things in the classes that I used to teach where like get up and off the ground. They're called like they're not Turkish get-ups. They're just get-ups or get up and down. And people like do it with one hand. See if you can, lay down flat and see if you could just use one hand to put yourself up.
That's a good mobility test.
Exactly. Like if you were to fall, could you get back up?
Right. I did oh my gosh, years ago, I did a video on this on TikTok. This probably would have been 2020 or 2021. I did a video on this study that was showing mobility and how it was correlated with all-cause mortality, so dying of all causes. And so I did this video of testing your mobility, and essentially,
was that with a broom?
Oh, there's the broom one was a little different. Oh man, those were so much fun.
They were
doing those. Yeah, the broom challenge. Yeah,
and then there was the one where you stand on one leg and try to put a sock on with one leg, and then you tie your shoe.
The old man challenge. That one's called.
Yes, yeah.
We both did that one.
We did. I crushed it. You crushed it.
Yeah, I think Amy Carlin did that too, didn't she? Didn't she do?
I don't remember.
She might have done a video of that. Shout out to you, Amy, if you did, because I think you did.
Right.
So yeah, mobility is a really good indicator of overall health. So just sitting at home, guys, next time you get up, maybe if you're listening right now, if you're not driving, get up right now. Can you get up unassisted?
Yeah.
Without using your hands, right? I don't know why I just actually did that. Like people can see me, but
I can't do that. I'm on my treadmill right now or my walking pad.
So yeah, get up from your seat unassisted. And maybe you can do it, but maybe it's just a bad habit for yourself to use your hands to do that and support yourself. Well, stop doing that. If you can do it without using your hands, make it a habit to no longer use your hands to get up.
Yep. And I want to say, here's the fucking disclaimer that we're not giving anyone shit if you can't do these things, but work on it. Okay. Work on it.
I don't think it did.
You're not too old and it's not too late. Okay. Yeah. Fuck the disclaimers. You should know what we're talking about. If you don't, I don't know what the fuck you're talking. I don't know. I just don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said earlier. If you can't, maybe you can't do a full squat, but if you can squat just a couple of inches, that's a good fucking start, right?
Exactly.
If you can't do a push-up, you can regress it. You can do a wall push-up. You can do a push-up on your knees. There's a lot of different ways to do it.
Yeah. Stop saying you can't.
And start saying,
because you will.
I will. I'm working on it.
I will.
Yeah. Love that. Mindset. It fucking matters.
It really does.
The way you talk to yourself matters. The way you think to yourself matters.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I want to talk about is this comparison thing. I don't know if recently, I'm in a lot of different Facebook groups. I'm not going to say which ones, right? But there's such a common theme, and it's the comparing, right? It's my friend is losing 40 pounds in 3 months, and I'm here, and then this is like legit. I'm here doing the hard work, and it's really hard not to be jealous of her fast weight loss, right? And it's like, think about it. You're so fucking focused on someone else. You're sitting there assuming that this shit's easy for this person, right? And what do assumptions do? They make an ass out of you, really. You can't show me the fucking evidence that this shit's not hard for the other person. Like you don't have the evidence. It's only the evidence that you're making up in your fucking mind.
Correct.
Right? Your own thoughts, and you're putting all your thoughts and energy on this other person. And none of the
Where it
thoughts are
should
going
be.
towards you.
Right.
And it's like people thinking pharmaceuticals are the easy way out. A pharmaceutical to me is not an easy way out.
No.
I'd rather do anything than take a fucking pharmaceutical. I'm
As
sorry.
somebody that's taking pharmaceuticals right now to help me manage my depression and anxiety.
Same. But I'm doing that because I have no choice.
Yeah, because I tried all the other things. I tried the lifestyle things.
People that have obesity and been struggling with their weight for their entire fucking life. Something out there is helping them. And you're like, oh, it's just so easy. And I'm here to strength training 4 days a week. And oh my God, I'm only losing a half a pound a week. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. Shut the fuck up.
Hard truth.
It's like the grass is not always greener. It's greener where you water it. You don't know how much shit is on their lawn.
What you shed light on grows. The grass is greener where you water it. Exactly.
And I just don't feel bad for people to make posts like that. I'm sorry, I don't. Because you have to focus on yourself, because doing what you're doing makes no fucking sense.
Right. I agree with everything you said. I think the bigger problem or bigger issue is that it's a confidence thing. It's a love for them, like self-love type of thing too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're trying to, I don't know, they don't want to look at themselves and pay attention to themselves and focus on themselves, because that's hard.
That's hard.
So we compare ourselves and just make up these scenarios about how Sally down the street, she's got the perfect life. She's got it easy.
Right.
I wish I had her body. I wish I had her money, her car, whatever.
Right? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't know what's going on in Sally's mind. What if Sally is a complete mental case?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's so prevalent, especially if you're looking at people on social media.
Just because you see someone with a 40, 50-pound weight loss in 3 months or whatever the fuck it may be, doesn't mean they're happy. Okay. You're just assuming they're happy because to you, weight loss means happiness.
Yeah.
Okay. But not necessarily. Because you have to work on yourself while you're losing weight. And there's a lot of change in mindset and behavior that goes on. And if you don't change any of those,
there's been an identity crisis.
And you lose the weight, you may still be as unhappy as you were when you were 300 fucking pounds.
Right. If you think that losing weight alone is going to make you happy, you are in for a rude awakening. And this comes from people. We've done this ourselves. And we see this and hear this from our clients time and time again. Yeah. People that come to us for help when we first start working with them. So that's like changing that identity, and that mindset is what we have to do first and foremost, because losing weight is not going to make you happy. Yeah. Yeah. Losing weight because society says you have to lose weight, that's not going to make you happy. Fuck that.
Right. Also, looking for validation and acceptance from others for what you're doing. Like, I just want people to know that I'm going to do it this time. How about showing yourself that you can do it? Fuck everyone else. Why are you worrying about if fucking someone else is like, oh my God, she did it? No. What about you? Oh, go you. You did do it. Mm-hmm. Validation, the acceptance, the wanting everyone to praise you. It's like, fuck, man, you got to do it for you, not for anybody else.
You do have to do it for you. 100%. Family can be a good motivating factor. Your children, obviously great motivating factor. But at the end of the day, you need to do it for you. You need to be in it.
Right. Mm-hmm. High five yourself.
High five your own damn self. Kick yourself in the ass if you need to.
Exactly.
Have you ever tried to kick yourself in the ass? It's pretty hard.
Right.
The best I can do is when I'm doing my butt kickers when I'm warming up for running.
Right.
Yeah.
Butt kickers. That's too funny. That was my little rant.
No, that was a good rant. That was really good stuff. These are the hard truths that we need to hear. But I think people listening, they agree with us. I feel like at this point, because we've been saying these things for so long, just in different ways. We really have. It comes and goes in waves, right?
It does.
The trends and the things that we're saying.
Yeah.
Who knows what it'll be 6 months from now?
The woe is me bullshit. I can't deal.
Yeah.
It's okay to think these things. I get it, right? I'm not saying it's that you're a bad person for thinking these things, but
everybody thinks these things. Co-signing your own bullshit with this.
Right. Stop sitting in it.
Because at the end of the day, the hard truth is that nobody is going to save you. Nobody can save you but you. Nobody can do this for you but you.
Exactly. Do what's right for you.
No amount of external validation is going to do that.
No.
Because what happens when that validation stops coming?
Right.
How are you going to validate yourself then? Maybe that's what you need to do. Learn how to validate yourself and your own accomplishments.
Right.
Celebrate your fucking wins. Stop minimizing your wins. That's another thing too. I only was able to run for 5 minutes. I can only run for 1 minute. I only lost 1 pound this week. Only. Or even worse, should, right?
Oh, yeah.
Only and should. Those 2 words, we need to drop them from our fucking vocab.
Yeah. Coach Iris, she was just talking about the shoulds yesterday in our portal call. She's she is going to be listening because she edits these. But yeah, she's like, don't should yourself.
Yeah, stop shoulding yourself for sure. I'm going to be coming on Iris's podcast in a couple weeks, actually.
Oh, nice.
Recording another episode with them.
Nice.
Looking forward to it because it's a whole new crew now.
Yeah. Amy and Mary.
Mm-hmm. Going to be fun.
Awesome.
Uh-huh. So we have our meet and greet coming up.
Yes, October 12th. It's at 8 a.m. in Shingleton.
Shingleton, Michigan. Chapel Beach Loop is what we are doing. We keep talking about it, but we want you all to come. We have some good feedback so far and some good people coming. I think last time I checked, we had 20 people coming, but let me just do a quick check again.
All right.
Let's see here. Dun. Also, I want to shout out, do you have any clients coming? Do you know?
I may have Coach Justin and maybe Coach Renee.
Okay, yeah,
coming, but I don't know of any clients, but I do know some of my followers are coming. That they've let me know, but I don't know their specific names because there's a lot of them.
For sure. Well, I actually want to shout out a few people that we do know are coming. First and foremost, Crystal committed to coming. Crystal.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And I just checked. We have 21 people coming so far. 21 people RSVP. So that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I've got a couple of clients coming. Stacy is coming. Rebecca is coming. And Kristen is coming as well. So you met Kristen when she came to Florida.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hells yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, it's so exciting. I get to meet your girlfriend, Sarah.
You do. Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Shout out to Sarah real quick because she reminded me of something that I used to do that I started doing again. Because when she so nicely made lasagna and salad, right? Yeah. When I had COVID, she brought the salad over already in the lettuce box. And what I used to do was cut up the lettuce like she did and put all the veggies in there, shake it up and put it in my fridge. Well, I didn't do that for like a fucking few years. And I'm like, oh my God, I forgot that this is so easy to make a salad and just put it right in the fridge. So I've been doing that since she made that salad. And I'm like, it's been so easy for me to eat salad every single day now because I just take that big thing of lettuce, I cut it up, put it back in the box, chop up cherry tomatoes, onions, and cucumbers, and set it in the fridge, and then just take what I need out each time.
Yeah, my mind was blown when I saw her doing that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I forgot I used to do that. And it works so well because when you use cherry tomatoes, they don't leak like the big tomatoes do. And if you use like the English cucumber, they don't have like a lot of the seeds and the juice. So everything stays intact and it doesn't get all soggy.
Got it. Dude, salad making is an art.
It is.
Making a good salad is an art.
Oh my God. You could do so many things.
Like a pretty salad, that's definitely an art.
Yeah. So shout out to Sarah. I've been eating fucking salads every single day since August, whatever date that was. Okay.
Great. I love that.
You can tell her.
I definitely will. She might even listen to this one. So.
Oh, that's awesome. So anyway.
And then my dad's coming.
Yes.
My mom, I don't know. I don't think she's coming. I don't think Mama Kelly's coming. Did I send you a link to the house?
Can you please do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it cool?
Yeah, it's really nice. It was a new listing, so we got a hell of a deal on it, like 30% off. So nice. Yeah, and we used I didn't use Airbnb this time. Used
VRBO.
VRBO. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I used for my team retreat house. Not so bad. VRBO. It's kind of the same as Airbnb.
Yeah, for sure. We had to sign a rental agreement. I was like, oh, never had to do that before on Airbnb. But
yeah, we did that with our house too. So maybe it's a VRBO thing.
Must be. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's cool. Looking forward to it.
Nice.
And so a quick shout out too, because Cured Nutrition is sponsoring.
Oh yeah, Cured.
We were just chatting with Will from the team and giving him updates on how many people to expect. So he's going to be sending me a care package for everybody that comes with some Serenity gummies, which is Beth's favorite. And I think some CBD nightcaps as well.
Nice.
So yeah, really looking forward to that.
I brought those to the team retreat too. I had some extras, and the team loves the gummies. They're my favorite, honestly. If you're not
gummies, hell yeah.
Getting those Serenity gummies, I suggest to because they really help me out at the end of the day, just to chill the fuck out.
I agree. If there was one product you wanted to check out from Cured Nutrition, it would definitely be the Serenity gummies.
And I don't promote shit I don't like.
Helps you.
Yeah, instant. I don't promote anything that I don't like or that I don't use. Like,
Right.
I am not that influencer that'll just throw out fucking codes because I'm making money off it.
Yeah.
I legitimately use these products.
Right. Like with Doughjoy bread, you like actually
fucking love Doughjoy bread.
So,
yeah. She's
great.
actually coming to Maine and we're going to meet in October.
No way.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Dude, that's so cool. That'll be a cool, fun little collab.
Right?
Are you guys going to do anything?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about it.
Gotcha. Okay. No, I'm not going to throw that out there.
Like, I don't know, man. Maybe. I'm sure we'll do a story or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're really growing and I'm proud. I'm so happy for that.
Yeah. They just opened up a bigger facility, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about cool. Talk about seeing something grow in front of your eyes. I fucking love it.
Right. And I got into
quality product.
And I love it because they're Ohio. They're from Cincinnati.
That's
so it's
right.
Like small business. So
Yeah.
Small businesses supporting other small businesses. You love to see it.
Exactly.
So on the Cured Nutrition stuff, guys, if you do want to check them out, you can of course use our coupon code, whatever the hell you want to call it. You can save
CTC code CTC, capital CTC.
20% off for Serenity or any of their other products. Which their salve is back in stock. We'll see.
Oh, it is? Okay, you guys, they have this topical salve that's like a roll-on. So if you have any aches and pains, arthritic stuff, I gave some to Royanne and she said it helped a little bit. I know. So, yeah.
Yeah, and then Sarah uses it for her to help her fight her inflammation with her fibro, and she really likes it. So,
oh, nice. Okay.
And I love putting it on my feet after a hard run. So
feet
and ankles.
Yeah, love it.
CBD is what it's made with. Good quality stuff.
It's a little minty, not too intense. A lot of people ask me if these like gummies and stuff make me feel weird, and I just want you guys to know that no, not at all. These are. They're not, the type of gummies that will make you feel a little cuckoo.
Yeah, they're not going to get you like stoned or anything.
No, you will just feel
dose.
Super relaxed and you probably won't even realize, besides the fact that you're not losing your fucking mind like you usually do, You'd be like, oh, I don't feel as edgy as I normally do at this time of day. That kind of thing,
Yes, absolutely. Or when a stressful situation pops up, right? Like, oh shit, I kind of handled that pretty well, right? Like I was just talking about earlier, just breathing it helps you just be more mindful, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, what's up with you? You have anything coming up this weekend? Oh wait, you went and saw Pearl Jam. Let's talk about that really quickly.
I did. I saw Pearl Jam in Boston last Sunday. That was fucking amazing. Bucket list band at Fenway Park. So that was pretty cool. He talked about Soundgarden's lead singer, Chris Cornell. I didn't realize that they were really good friends. They lived next door to each other in Seattle. They used to climb trees together. They went hiking together all the time. Like they were
bunch of hippies. Yeah.
And he was just reflecting on his passing and he got super emotional. I have it on recording actually. And I'm like, wow, like he's a good storyteller. He was telling a lot of different stories. It was so cool to see the band that I literally have grown up with in the 90s, they sang all the greatest, Alive, Jeremy spoken. Yeah, all that. So it was cool. It was fucking packed. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And those Fenway seats, they are the old school baseball seats. They're wooden.
Got it. Yeah.
And you're like packed and they're like fucking sardines.
I've never been to Fenway.
Oh my God. It's pretty cool, but it's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Pretty tight. It was hot as fuck in there.
It's one of those iconic stadiums, American stadiums.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Eddie Vedder called it the Green Monster. I guess that's the name. They played there
Green
34
Monster
times.
In the left field, right? The wall.
Yeah. He wore a number 34 jersey because that's the 34th time they played at that stadium.
Oh, wow. 34
right? 34 fucking times.
That's insane.
Right. Nobody opened for them.
Stadium concerts are so much fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. Nobody opened for them. They played alone. They opened at 7:30 and played till like 10:30, 11.
That's awesome.
Right?
So was there an intermission?
No.
Wow. Yeah, that's unheard of almost these days. That's like
I
know you don't listen to much country, but Eric Church does that. He just plays for 3 hours without an opener.
Oh, so fucking cool. And all the original bandmates. I mean, holy shit.
That's impressive.
Right?
Yeah.
They looked fucking incredible. I mean, it's crazy because they're not even 60. They're like 59. Think Eddie Vedder's 59 fucking years old. That's how long they've been playing for.
Right. Since they were what, like 18, 19 probably.
Yeah,
right?
and
30, 40
before they're isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whew.
So that was awesome.
No, the 90s, that was just 10 years ago, Beth. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Do you know who I do want to see that's playing here in November is Creed?
Yeah, Creed is making a return.
Yeah, I mean, I love Creed. I don't know. I think I'm going to take Johnny to that as his first concert.
That would be fucking cool.
Right?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do people hate on Creed? I don't understand.
No, I think they're a fucking awesome
Is it
band.
just because of Scott Tapp's the way he sings, like his vocals?
I don't know.
Warn, oh Warn. You know,
I don't know, but I love it.
Style. That's what like Eddie Vedder.
It is, yeah. Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
I don't know. So why do we? Yeah, if anybody knows why people hate on Creed, let us know.
I know.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Foo Fighters too. I don't care what David Grohl did, but
he didn't make some.
He's a human, whatever.
And he like not giving him a pass, but he owned it. Like and
like,
the way I love how he acknowledged it and owned it publicly, and he did the right thing there. He fucked up, so yeah. That doesn't change that
I'll still go see him.
Musician. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
I saw Metallica in a stadium, Comerica Park, back in like 2017 or 18 with Dolsky and my sister and everything, my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
I bet.
I haven't been to too many stadium concerts, honestly.
No?
Yeah. Most of them are like amphitheaters or I like back in my day when I was a teenager, early 20s, so I went to a lot of club shows. I really loved going to club shows, 1,000 people, up and coming bands and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was in the music scene, that's what I liked.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Wrap it up?
Well, wrap it up. It's getting loud in here in my basement. They're redoing my front porch. They ripped out everything. You can't hear it because these are soundproof, but there's fucking banging going on right here.
Okay, I would not know. I would not know.
Oh my God, thank God, right? Because it's like boom, boom, boom. I'm surprised you can't hear it.
No, your audio is loud and clear.
Well, that's good.
Like what that one reviewer said.
Right. They were supposed to just take the windows out, right? Because the windows are fucking old. I mean,
yeah.
And then, of course, once you rip those out, you realize that everything is rotted. Like there was literally fucking squirrels' nests in between. And so one of the contractors, he's like, Beth, can you come outside for a minute? I'm like, okay. I'm sorry, but we had to rip this out. I'm like, you know what? You got to do it. He's like, or else, if we were to put the windows in, everything would collapse soon. Like sooner than later. It's like, no, let's do it right. Mm-hmm. So they end up they're going to have to reframe the whole fucking thing. So
that's crazy.
The front that was now closed is completely open.
Wow.
And so I'm not going to talk about it, but you can literally open my front door and walk in my living room.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to see it when it's all done.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
Well, good. You deserve it.
11 years I've waited to get new windows, but now apparently I'm getting a whole new sunroom.
Whoop.
Well, that's what happens when your house was built in 1929, which we just found out.
That's old ass house.
Yeah. This old house.
That was a good show.
It was, right?
I loved watching that show when I was a kid. My dad owned a construction roofing business when I was a kid, so that's probably why I liked that show so much.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, cool. Matt. Well, you got a meeting in 5 minutes?
I do. Gonna scoot. I'm teaching mindful macros today, like the magic behind the macros. So
I love it.
Yeah. Cool.
Awesome.
All right, Nerdle.
All right. Well, we will talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed this episode, so why not share with a friend who needs to hear it? Send us a DM on Instagram or email us at cutthecrappod@gmail.com and join our Patreon at patreon.com/cutthecrappodcast. As always, we appreciate you and thanks for being here.